Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday. Doing a special edition tonight of the Chain Gang. I'm Ryan White.
I'm John Poe.
Who are
Special
you?
guest.
I'm
Who's
Logan
this?
Muffer. I'm these guys' nephew.
Yeah, no, we're glad to have Logan. We are not in the K-ROG studio
No.
tonight. We are at the Rogersville Wildcat Grub and Pub. So,
Having a little fried pickle, little fried mushroom.
Yeah.
Delicious. They're really hot. They're really good.
in trying to stay out of the scene, we've got over here the camera lady who normally runs our camera,
Executive
Miss-
producer.
Miss Alicia Pope, and our tech guy who knows everything. Wouldn't be here without him, Tom Baker. So, feels. All right, we're gonna talk.
I got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about tonight, I think.
I'm excited about this show.
I am too. We're going to talk a lot about college football tonight.
Yeah. We're not going to focus as much on the ROG athletics tonight. We're going to go back to the college football world and scene and what's going on in that.
Because there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, and it ain't all good.
It's not good.
But
So,
we'll get there.
hey, right before we get into this, we want to thank our sponsor. We got several sponsors. We want to thank one of our sponsors, Rogersville Pharmacy.
He's our drug.
He's Pleasant Drugs. So thank you, Jim Coker over at Rogersville Pharmacy. Thought we'd start off. This is your baby, so I'm gonna let you start it off. And I'm with you though.
Well, I mean, where do you want to start? I mean, we can go through. You want to do some of this, or you want to just go straight to it?
I want to go to the targeting.
Okay. So when we were talking about putting this show together, there were three things that came up that I've been watching that I don't like with college football, and I feel like if the Chain Gang addresses it, the national media is going to pick it up,
Yeah.
and it was going to go somewhere.
ESPN is watching right now.
Right now.
So,
I really think Paul Feinbaum and Colin Cowboy.
don't even bring up Paul Feinbaum.
Oh, man,
No,
that guy.
How that guy became, I mean, he makes millions of dollars. doing
He's
what-
got good points though.
He does not. He never has a legitimate point other than how that guy doesn't get beat up on
I
a
know.
daily basis.
He's probably got security.
So
He's
how
doing
is-
something.
how is it- Is it still scrolling? You're up now. All right. Well.
So we're starting all over.
No, you're still going.
All right. So
This is a new experience.
new experience.
Right?
Yeah. It's our first remote broadcast. So
Yeah.
bear with us.
Yeah. So the targeting call in college football, I understand why we're doing it. It's for the safety of the kids, right?
Yeah.
It's to protect these kids and their future. We don't need people not being able to walk. I get it. But some of these calls that they're calling for targeting
Yeah.
are crap.
So it's taken a warrior game
Yeah.
and turned it into a ballet almost.
And it ain't right.
It isn't.
And is it a player? I can't even imagine how you would feel. Like if you've got a guy lined up and you know that you might get targeted, and then you're out.
Yeah. So you play defensive back. I mean, how did that change the game for you?
Well, I mean, coming across the middle for receiver running a route, it just totally changes your whole aspect of, am I going to play the ball? Am I going to play behind him? Can I light this dude up? He's
Yeah.
in my sights. No, I got to kind of let off and go ahead and get the sure tackle.
So what is your interpretation? Like, what is targeting? What is targeting as you understand it?
Well, and I'm not against targeting. I mean,
I'm not either.
So when you lead with the crown of the helmet,
Okay.
and which you're taught from Pee Wee to whatever, right? You're taught not to
Don't lower your head.
Don't lower your head.
I'm gonna take a bite.
But when you have a defenseless player, and you go and smash him with your head, that rules to protect the defensive player as
Yep.
much as it is the offensive player.
Right.
But what we've had is anytime the helmet gets anywhere remotely close to a player,
Yeah.
they're calling targeting.
Yeah.
And so you're taking the warrior out of football.
Yeah, and you're making it a softer sport, and I think that has got to change. And this next season, when they switch over to next year, they have got to come together and have some clarity on what exactly is going to constitute targeting. I see the video. Run it for these
Which
two.
one do you want? The Arkansas?
Okay, kettle on. So
Now, I mean, I get why the flag comes out, because you allow the replay official to officiate.
So on that hit right there, Jalen Callum, one of Arkansas safeties, literally like hip check the guy. He didn't hit him with his shoulder. He didn't hit him with his head, and he didn't hit the other player in the head.
Yeah.
He hit him with his ribs. It was high speed. That was slowed down, real time. It was vicious. I mean, it was a violent hit. And that's basically one of the things that he's really known for is his physical play in the secondary. But he got ejected for the rest of that game in the first half of Missouri because he hip checked a guy going full speed.
And that's a reviewable.
It is reviewable.
Now, it doesn't take away the penalty, right?
Right, the 15 yards, right?
Their 15 yards when they call it is getting assessed.
Uh-huh.
But it gives the player the ability to stay in the game.
Correct.
And they made a horrible call.
Yeah, they
Hold
reviewed
on,
it.
I'm going to play it one more time.
Yeah, do it.
Now, I mean, I get why the flag comes out because you allow the replay official to officiate.
So you can see there, his head's not even
He
remotely.
doesn't lower his head.
Nope.
He doesn't aim for the guy's head. He hit him from that angle. There's another angle out there. He hits him in the shoulder pad. I mean, his head, obviously, his helmet's going to get hit.
And so it slows the speed of the game down.
Right.
It slows the aggressiveness down.
Yeah.
Because if every time you're making a tackle, you're worried,
Am I going to get ejected?
am I going to get ejected
Uh-huh.
over a legit play?
Yeah.
You sent another video. You ready for that one?
I don't know.
It's a targeting video.
Okay, and one thing I want to say about Jalen Callon, that guy's up for the top defensive back in the year.
And he's like, is he a
He's a
sophomore?
redshirt freshman. But he did an interview either today or yesterday, and he said that it will not affect the way he plays football. Like, he is going to keep hitting people.
Good.
Like, he's lighting them up.
Mike Jackson said, "Did you like the drop ball before touchdown play?" I did not see that. Is that from this weekend?
Yeah, I'm not
I
sure
didn't
what
see
he's
that one at
referencing.
all. And I've seen it before. It's hilarious. When a guy's running in, he picks sick or whatever.
Oh, that was LSU and Bama.
This weekend?
Yes.
I didn't see
True
it.
freshman.
Was it
Was it me or-
receiver? It was LSU.
Okay.
LSU receiver. He's coming into the end zone, does this little
Uh-huh.
deal, and as he goes back, just drops it. It just gets under my
I'm
skin.
glad either of the. You
I
just
think
said either of those teams.
unless he's talking about something different, but I did see that highlight. And man, as a coach, I'm just like, it just gets under my
Give me
Oh,
my
man.
points of contact.
I mean, you go back, Bo Jackson. How many times did he ever celebrate? None.
Zero.
Straight through the end zone, hand the ball.
Like
to the
you've been there
official.
before.
Baker Mayfield, how many times did he celebrate?
I knew
A
it.
lot.
I knew as soon as he called me to come on the show, there would be one OU ref.
Oh, yeah.
One.
There'll be more.
It's
We
a
just
call.
got started.
Hey guys, this is an interactive show, so you got comments, you don't like what we're saying, you like what we're saying, drop us
It's
a comment, we'll respond. But yeah, it's annoying. The rule is good, but it's like anything else. They've taken it and destroyed the overall basis of what it was designed to do.
Yeah, and I sent you that other video. So it was an Arkansas-Missouri game this past weekend, which I was at. And their stud, he's going to go pro linebacker, probably a first-round draft pick. He got hit for a targeting. He got ejected for probably his last home game in Columbia, for literally hitting the receiver who was spread out in the chest with the shoulder pad.
Yeah.
And they ejected him.
Let me play it.
Yeah, hit it.
I think this is it.
It was a little. Yeah, I'm with you, Dave. It looks like he got the shoulder. Initially, I thought he got kind of under the chin and hit that head and neck area. But he absolutely leads with the shoulder.
The decision comes, I guess, was it at the shoulder or was it above the shoulder? And I'm telling you, I mean, that's 3 times we've seen it, and I just think that's a shoulder-to-shoulder hit.
And so kind of going back to one thing that you said, like if your helmet's touched, then automatically they think it's, a targeting call. If you watch that, any college fan would look at that and say, he led with his shoulder. Yes, their helmet's hit, but that's because he blew through that guy.
Yeah, and not only that, if you also you watch the replay a lot of times, like a running back, they start to get hit. What do? They get low.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting ready to hit on. It's not only on the defensive side of the ball. They're also targeting running backs, receivers, putting their head down, getting extra yards.
But
And
I'm
I
saying
think that's
sometimes when
absolutely
that running back gets low, it changes how the defensive backs come in and get him, and so you'll see the helmet to helmet, and it's not intentional.
Right.
And that's the word I think we should use is intentional targeting. And you can tell when a player comes full force and lunges out, whether that's intentional or not.
And I think anymore you can even see it in the kids' play. I mean, those were two plays where they could have lowered their head and just knocked the guy out.
Right.
But both of them tried not to hit him in the head.
Yeah, Mike Jackson says that was obviously the game he was talking about. He says you're on it. He rarely says we're on anything.
Thank you.
He really
Thank
gives
you,
us a
Mike.
good. Yeah, we like Mike. So, hey, the other side, and you brought this up, and you sent me a video. This is all Ryan's topics, and I love it because we think a lot alike. The faking injuries.
Oh man! So at the Columbia game last weekend, there was a time where more than once there was probably 4 instances where the game was slowed down and you could tell it was intentional. And I say that because the players would go down, the trainers would come over, do their thing, and then they get up and walk off the field. Right? That's not good for the game. It's not good for the integrity of the game. And I sent you a blatant, obvious. And I know what team
It's hilarious.
Auburn.
LSU.
Oh, it's an Auburn player.
Oh, I thought it was LSU.
Well, hit it.
Okay, here we go.
So what you don't see before that is there was a play away from that guy,
You bet.
and you can see in the video he's walking to where the play was, looks over to the sideline, and Coach Lawfer's like, "Go down."
You know he's looking on the sideline going,
It's quick, so I'm going to play this one more time. So if you didn't see it, you get to watch it. That should be a penalty.
They have got to do something.
Yeah.
They got to set up the rest of the series, the rest of the half, something, because it's taken away the integrity of the game, which is, I can't believe they're letting it go on.
Well, not only that, and you see it a lot when you're gassed on defense.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they're out there and the player will walk halfway and the coach does this. You know, the player goes down and there you go. You get your little timeout. So Bengals are great.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, what do you guys think about targeting?
They need to paralyze these guys.
Yeah, I think I just wish and see when you have instant replay like we do, or a reviewable play with 8 million different camera angles. We're sitting here watching football right now, the Browns, right?
Hey,
yeah,
Baker Mayfield. plays
Baker
on the
Mayfield
game.
plays on the Browns. But you got 8 different camera angles. You can't tell me you can't make a really good call. You know, I get it. You know, once in 100 times you're gonna miss a call, but that call gets missed over and over and over. I watch a lot of college football, especially with OU. And there's time, I don't like it when it's against our team we're playing. You know?
Yeah.
Like the same playing K-State, and they get a targeting call that doesn't make sense. I hate it because it's destroying the game.
Yeah.
And it just makes it.
What I think it's going to take all of these coaches sitting in a room, whether it's by conference or whatever, and basically hash out, listen, guys, this is not good. You have got to stop coaching these kids to do this. Tom is jacking with our stuff over there. So anyway, they got to fix it. It's got to get out of the game.
Yeah.
I think it's bad for the game.
Well, and you even look at in high school, and I didn't know this until we were running the chains a few years ago. You can't leave a player anymore.
No.
I think that was our game.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, how is that a penalty to leave
To
a
jump
player?
over a guy, I don't know.
I mean, it is a violent sport.
It was a locker room.
You're playing a violent sport.
You're gonna get hit, Tom.
It's
It's gonna happen.
It don't feel good, right? So, no, I agree. You gotta get that through. I'm gonna bring up a topic you don't like it, but I don't care. I like it. I'm all for this. I don't know how you feel. We have talked about it.
Go ahead.
Vanderbilt started the first female play in Power 5 history, and I love it.
You think it's good?
I think if we, you know what? Here's my thing. If a girl can beat me in something and she wants to take my spot in that, go ahead. Ronda Rousey. Am I getting an MMA
I'm
job?
not. Okay, that's different.
It is a little bit different, but now, would I be excited if my daughters want to play football? No. Because I know how it is.
That's right.
But
And this lady's not playing middle linebacker.
no, she's a kicker.
She's kicking.
But you watch that
The
dude.
worst team in college football who
But
hasn't
she-
scored a point
I didn't play for
at all.
Vanderbilt.
I'm just saying.
No, I agree. But here's my thing: is it was celebrated, and it was hotly contested. Like, some people were really for it, some people were mad about it.
I'm indifferent. She didn't change the game or impact
No.
the game anyway.
No, but I think it's something that we can celebrate because it's a good story in a really bad year.
I mean, you could put Lawfer in. He couldn't kick that. And he can't kick.
No.
But what I'm saying is I like, it's like those feel-good stories. We haven't had too many this year.
We talk about 2020's great.
2020's horrible. But, hey, Sarah Fuller, I'm a huge fan. Go kick the crap out of balls. That didn't come out right. Out of footballs. Yeah. See, you can't mix.
Here's how I saw it. Like, okay, it is an accomplishment. I will say that. But she didn't do anything like outlandish to impress me. For me, it was a publicity stunt for a team that's in the toilet, and you got a cool picture with her name on the back of a jersey, and on the bottom of her helmet it says "Play like a girl." Like, that's all I saw. No offense.
I don't know
Just
where I
saying.
stand on it, really. I mean, I was going through Twitter the day of the game, and there's all these guys. Lay her out, hit her, knock her out. And I'm like, really? That's kind of cheap. That's low. But on the other side, I'm like, okay, if she can come out and play, if she's on the field, have at it.
No,
She's just another player on the field.
See, I disagree with that because let's say I play, I'm rooting for OU. I want them to knock the crud out of all the people who are playing.
Right.
If you're a girl and you want to play that sport, you better be ready for men to come. And I think she is. That's why I'm defending her. But I'm also making the statement. No,
Know what's coming at
If you
you.
want to play, you need to be ready to get lit up.
But I'm a Sarah Fuller fan. Hey,
I'm indifferent.
I changed the OU room from OU to Vanderbilt. So
Whoa, that's a
that's
big
not
deal.
really true. I root for Vanderbilt just because it's the only team in that conference I can stomach. So
they're terrible.
oh, what's that?
They haven't scored.
Huh? But you
Did
go
just
to
say he doesn't? Vanderbilt's the only team. he can stop.
but you go to a smart college. Like
One of the first colleges, actually,
look at the other teams in that conference.
in the SEC.
Yeah, they are.
That's service right there with a smile.
Thank you. Arkansas's not a smart college. OU's not a smart college. Vandy's a smart college.
I think Ole Miss is up there in the SEC. Seriously.
And it's a smart college.
So how long is it going to be until we get another girl on the football field playing Division I football? Like, how long is it going to be to the next one?
And I didn't know this, but Mike Jackson, I appreciate your commentary.
Player of the
She
week.
got player of the week. I love it, Mike. Hey, Sarah Fuller, Heisman.
She kicked off like 20 yards.
Well, that's 20 more yards I've ever
She didn't score a point. She didn't get a tackle. She didn't knock a pass down.
Hey, but she's the first girl in the Power 5.
Okay.
Okay?
I love it. If you love it, that's cool.
Outside of Tom Herman.
I'm indifferent.
No, I brought her up because here's my thing: is I've got daughters, and I've watched an evolution of women's sports. It used to be, even when we were in high school to some degree, like it wasn't as fast, it wasn't as crazy as it is now. And you go watch, like we're huge Drury basketball fans. And I go watch the Drury girls play. Man, they are as intense as you're going to get. They'll scrap with you. They're tough. I like that, but I also want my daughters to be feminine. I'm not trying to make them into men.
Right, because they're not.
But I want them to be able to compete like that, be scrappy sometimes, because, you were scrappy when you played.
Well, I'm not going to. I was going to say something I probably shouldn't say on this.
Well, we might not say it.
platform. I'm not going to say it.
But no, would it bother me if I here's the other side of it too. I watch a guy get hurt, man, I hate it for him.
Uh-huh.
I watch a girl get hit, it's a different feeling.
Yeah, sure.
So I get both sides. I'm not saying that, I'm just celebrating a feel-good story in a year
And
that's
I'm being the
been.
Debbie Downer, is what you're saying.
No, I love it. You're taking Paul.
Let's get on to the next topic. Enough about
What do we got?
Sarah Fuller.
He said in the Big Five.
Big Five. What?
Spencer Loffer says, well, Coach Loffer's been trying to get his sister to play for years. I wouldn't go against Taylor. Taylor's tough.
Taylor, I would not do that.
I don't even test her.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't cross her.
Hey, real quick, while we got a break, I'm going to move on and talk real quick about another sponsor we have. Let's actually just play his commercial.
I am a second-generation chiropractor, so chiropractic is my passion. I had a practice in Kansas City. My wife and I, Shauna, decided to get out of the city. We found Rogersville, and we set up shop here, and we love it. It's a cash practice only, so we want to keep it simple. We just have a flat rate fee for our patients. It brings me great joy to have patients tell me that they're feeling better all over. We not only treat the affected area, but we treat the whole body, the whole person.
So thank you, Dr. Kaiser. What do we say?
We'll get you straight, man.
He will make you straight. So I was trying to change the graphic on here, but there we go.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
So I want to. If you guys have something else you want to bring up, I really want to talk about BYU and Coastal Carolina.
Mullets versus the
Mormons.
That is the best name since the convicts versus the Catholics.
They need to play that game every year, and that needs to be like
Front down.
how
Game day.
Mullets versus the Mormons.
Here's why I respect it so much. You guys listen to ESPNU. If I'm not listening to the Chain Gang, I'm listening to ESPNU.
Yeah,
And so
I get that.
when BYU got their game canceled, they went looking for another game.
A quality opponent.
Quality.
What we thought.
Well, yeah, quality opponent. Coastal Carolina, they were undefeated. BYU was undefeated. They didn't have to play each other. And so BYU found out they were playing them on a Wednesday. They had truck drivers, 2 truck drivers, and they shared shifts trying to get all that equipment.
Try to say that.
Shared shifts. Oh, I better watch it. But
You got them over there.
yeah, right now you're seeing like teams and like, this game's canceled. I just won't play it. And I'm putting Oklahoma in there too. Like Oklahoma didn't go look for a game last week, but you see two schools and they're not in the Power 5. They're in the Group of 5,
Right.
and they didn't have an opponent, so they're going out and they're saying we'll play anyway.
Yeah,
I love it.
You gotta love that. I don't know who their head coach is, but kudos to that guy for.
Jesus for the BYU.
It's not going to be Jesus for BYU.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. So anyway, I like what you're saying. The mentality of that coach to say, all right, we don't have a game. Let's go find someone that's good and let's play them and let's just see how we stack up.
Yeah.
I like that. Plus, I like the name.
What about the hit?
The hit. I guess I missed the hit. The thing I've heard most about is that play at the end of the game where the guy didn't extend the ball
Oh, you didn't?
across the play.
Well, Coastal Carolina, did you see the quarterback? I think it was BYU's quarterback. They went to block him. I don't even know what the play was, and they leveled him. Quarterback gets up, they leveled him again.
Oh, hit him twice.
Hit him twice. Now, you talk about unnecessary roughness, and he calls it should have been made.
It's targeting.
That wasn't targeting, but it was like, it was pretty crazy.
Well, he hit the guys. It was targeting.
But I think I give major kudos to BYU and Coastal Carolina for doing that.
Not to mention the time. I mean, this might sound silly, but the time difference that they lost. I mean, they went from literally one end of the country to the other to play a football game with short prep. Right? They didn't have time to really game them for sure, scheme for them, and then they go over there and they beat them.
Yeah.
Kudos to those
I
guys.
love it. Well, Coastal Carolina beat BYU.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
I thought BYU won.
Now,
Yeah, there you go.
but that's what's made it cool is because you were like, I was a BYU fan. I'm like, I think BYU's going to roll Coastal Carolina, and they did. So that's what's cool. Hey, we're going to talk about college football Final Four here in a few minutes. So we're going to cover some other topics right now, but hey, we want to know who you've got in your Final Four at this moment. Actually, I want to know who you've got going in your Final Four if you were to pick today. So what else you got?
It's not Ohio State.
No, we're going to discuss that. Real quick, I thought it was comical this week. Oh, gosh. Texas, that's all you get from me, Texas. Horns down.
I'm with you, brother.
Texas has been a dumpster fire since the last 3 years of Tom Herman. Mac Brown. You know, Mac Brown is an excellent coach, and I think what happened at Texas was, I think Mac Brown got complacent with 5-star recruits.
Well, it's easy when you're the main school
Yeah.
in Texas. I mean, you've got kids all over the place. How
You
can
get-
you not have 5-star
They're
recruits?
not.
Like
They don't.
them off,
Yeah.
come knocking at your door.
Yeah.
I did hear that the other day. Is you can almost relate them to USC.
Yes, that's a good
If
example.
I'm a 5-star athlete in Texas, today I'm probably not looking at Texas.
No, you're probably
I'm
going to A&M.
No.
Alabama,
Come on.
Clemson. I mean, but if you have the offers, I'm
Uh-huh.
looking at Bama, Ohio State, LSU, Georgia. I'm not looking at Texas.
No, why are you saying no to A&M? They're like number
Sixth.
If
they're
I'm
sixth in the
if I'm a
country.
Texas kid
Yeah.
and I don't want to play for Texas, look at Oklahoma.
Okay, but that's a good point. That's
Oklahoma's
true.
the,
That is true.
Oklahoma's the best school
Yeah.
in Texas.
Did you just say Oklahoma?
Well, you look at their roster. Oklahoma is like,
They loaded with
oh,
Texans.
it's all Texas kids. You know, rarely do you meet Baker Mayfield, you know, Adrian Peterson,
Menzel.
Kyler Murray. Where's he from?
And he
He's
was
from Texas.
Texas,
Allen.
yeah.
Texas guy, Allen, Texas.
Yeah,
That's right.
I mean, you name any big player we've had, and almost always they're from Texas.
Well, there's just so many. I mean,
Well,
that's part of it, right?
It's a football breeding ground, just like Florida, California, you know, and so. Here's my thing with Texas, and this is what's annoying to me, is let your coach do his job. Like, I'm so sick of Texas, like, getting a good coach. I don't like Tom Herman. I think he's soft. You know, he threw a big fit about, oh, you're doing the horse down, so we cannot do that in the game where it's a penalty.
What?
That's soft. Yeah, I'm not a huge Tom Herman fan, so if he goes, he goes. But some of the other fans or coaches they've had, they give them 2 or 3 years. If you're recruiting from a bad coach, it takes 3 years to get your players in there and playing. You know, it takes a year to recruit. It takes a year for them to get to university. It takes about a year for them to develop the ability for the speed of the game.
That's the benchmark, right? 3 years.
Yeah, and so Texas keeps firing all their coaches 3-4 years in. You're never going to get a program.
Good.
I love it.
Keep
What I
doing it.
think's comical is Texas was willing to buy out Tom Herman's contract. He's got a $20 million buyout, and the boosters were like, "We'll buy it out," because they thought they could get Urban Meyer.
Really?
I'm not a big Urban Meyer fan
He
either.
wins football games.
Well, he lets me.
I like it.
I'm just saying he wins football
He
games.
wins football games. I'll leave it at that. So.
Was your buyout 20 mil?
It's gonna
One day.
Yeah, I don't know how, you know, maybe we have some Texas fans on here, but I think the university as a whole, I want them good. You know, I want Baylor good. I want, you know, K-State. I want all these teams good. But man, give your coach a chance, you know, and the fans there. And I get it. I mean, you're Texas. You have just, you know, you've had a great program all these years. They have been a dumpster fire for over 10 years.
Yeah, and I thought Herman Meyer, when he got hired, would go in there and turn it around.
I liked it.
I really did.
He had the discipline that Texas needed at that time.
But it's Texas.
Yeah.
They just do what they do.
So, you know, I want them better. I don't want them beating OU. You know, but they've got to make the conference
Yeah,
better.
because it's a good rival. It's a good game to watch. I mean,
Well, it's our
even as a person who really doesn't care either way, like I will watch that football game just because of what
Sure.
it is. And you're right, it's better when they're both, you know, ranked teams smashing heads together.
And for Oklahoma, I mean, it's our only rival. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody says, "Oh, Oklahoma State, you beat us 18 times in 120 attempts."
it's not really a
It's
rivalry.
not, you know. Every year
Damn, man.
we're winning. Every year. But yeah, I thought that was comical. I'm like,
Hey, do you see that kid right there?
where's that kid? Who's that redhead girl?
That's that redhead realtor right there. And the Ant-Man.
Yeah, so I thought it was comical. Your program's in that state. Now, Urban Meyer is a top-notch coach.
Yep.
I think he will do good wherever he goes. He keeps saying he has health problems.
Hasn't he been in and out of the game like 5 times?
Yeah.
I know I'm exaggerating.
Well,
He was in and then he retired.
He's at Florida,
Came in,
retired, went to Ohio State, and then
retired
now he's
again.
out. Yeah, that
Now
was
he's going to go somewhere else.
I don't think so. I think if you pass up on a program like Texas, you're passing up on coaching.
You think you're done?
I think you're done. He's not getting any of the other top tier programs. He's not getting Clemson. He's not getting Alabama. He's not going back to Ohio State. So, you start looking. I mean, Texas is still. I don't care how bad Texas is. It's a top tier program.
It should be.
USC is a top tier
They,
program.
yeah, I agree.
They've been in the same boat. They're horrible.
Right. They've been
So,
so.
So, are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Are you ready? This is the big part of what we wanted to talk about was who we've got in our college football Final Four
As of right now.
as of right now.
Right now.
Now, so here's the thing. Can we do this?
Okay.
I want to be able to say who I legitimately think should be in there and who they're going to put in there.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Okay. What about you? Oh, hold on. Notre Dame 10-0. Guys all the way.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, here's the deal. I honestly don't even. Notre Dame will be in. Never mind. I'm not a big fan of Notre Dame, but I will tell you they deserve to be in it right now. 100%.
If they play Clemson in the championship game, they're out. In my opinion.
If they get beat by Clemson.
If they get beat
Yeah.
by Clemson,
They beat Clemson, they're in.
If they beat Clemson, they're in. They've earned their way in.
I agree. Yeah. And that's why right now, I say Notre Dame is deserving of a number 2 spot. I don't care if you don't have Trevor Lawrence. I don't care if you don't have all your D linemen or whoever you're missing. That's why we play the game. Notre Dame won. Notre Dame deserves the number 2 spot.
Right now.
Now, do I feel in my heart they're going to beat Clemson? No. I think Clemson's going to roll Notre Dame. I'm like you. I don't have them in because I think Clemson's going to roll them.
I did too.
And I think all these people saying, well, it'll be Clemson. If Clemson comes and beats Notre Dame, they'll both be in there.
No.
I think the score is going to be so lopsided.
No. I think it'll be a whooping.
I do too.
I agree. It's going to be a whooping. What do you think? You think they'll pound them?
We'll get to that when I get my Final Four.
Who do you got in your Final Four right now?
So we're starting this? Okay, let me just start out. Florida beats Alabama. If that happens, if Florida beats Alabama, okay, and Notre Dame beats Clemson, Ohio State's not getting in. Ain't happening.
It's okay. So you think Ohio State's out if Florida beats them?
If Florida beats Alabama,
Alabama in the
they're
SEC
both
championship.
getting in.
Hold on.
Florida beats Alabama, they're both getting in.
Florida and Alabama?
Yes.
I agree.
So there's 2.
I don't think it's right, but I agree.
I do think it's right. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Okay. If Clemson loses to Notre Dame, I think they're both getting in. So I think you're going to have 2 ACC, 2 SEC.
Oh, you're at it. No.
No, I'm
even
not
close,
buying
man.
that.
Hey, because here's the deal. Clemson loses, they're out.
They're out.
Notre Dame.
They're beating them twice.
Yeah, well, I've beaten them twice. Then you have the potential of them playing a third time. And I think the college football committee would say,
No.
we look like morons for doing that.
Yeah.
Now, I know they've in the past, LSU, Alabama have played and then played again.
Yeah.
I get that. That was one time, then they played again.
Same outcome, I think.
Same outcome. Yeah, absolutely same outcome. I'm not a huge fan at the end of the year because here's the deal: a team at the beginning of the year and a team at the end of the year are different teams.
Yes.
And so if you're playing a championship game, I don't care if you're both undefeated and you lose, you should not get a rematch in the college football playoff.
I agree.
It's going to happen again.
You've already played.
Yeah.
That game has been decided. Let's go do something else.
So I like that. I like that rationale though because I'm going to tell you what: if that happened, it would blow college football up.
2 ACC,
2 ACC, 2 SEC teams.
So I said I agree with that because if you look at SEC and the ACC, they have played a full slate of games.
Agreed.
That's
I
why
agree with that.
I think Ohio State's out. If Florida beats
All
Bama,
right, so who's your 4? Because you gave a lot of what ifs.
No, he gave 2. He gave
No, there's a lot of ifs.
I can't just narrow it down to 4.
Oh,
like it's
that wasn't
2.
your 4?
Oh,
was
yeah,
like-
well,
That was just like
This
this team,
Yeah.
Florida, Alabama, depending on Florida beating Alabama. I think those 2 are in.
There's 2 more.
If you had
Probably
to pick
Clemson.
Clemson?
Clemson
Okay.
and Ohio State then.
No.
If Notre Dame gets beat by Clemson, Ohio State's in.
Here's what's going to happen. Clemson is going to beat Notre Dame, so Clemson's in.
Boom, got it.
Alabama is going to win out.
Yep.
They will beat Florida.
Boom,
I
all
think
right.
they're too much.
I agree.
I think you go Cincinnati.
Yeah, baby!
So Cincinnati has to win out, but I think they've earned the
I do
right
too.
to the table
Yep.
to stand up to the big dogs
Yeah.
and I think they're in.
Who do they play?
It doesn't matter.
How does it not matter?
Well, it doesn't matter because
they played
here's
a
the
full
deal.
slate too, didn't
If
they?
you're considering Ohio State, they played 8 games. They're 8-0. Cincinnati's 8-0.
Yeah, so they played
They
basically a
have
full
beaten
season.
3 ranked teams in SMU, Army. Now, Army's not ranked anymore, but SMU, Army, who else was it? UCF. That was a huge game. It was closer than what I'd like. But you can't. You have legitimately ranked teams. Ohio State. I'll get to that in a second. I'm going to go off on Ohio State.
I think Ohio State's out for the simple fact they've played 5 games.
That's right.
And now they're going to play Northwestern for a championship game.
Yep.
Who cares?
Yep.
Nobody cares.
So that's who
I
you
do.
have in your Final Four would be Alabama,
Alabama, Clemson, Cincinnati. Now 4 spots.
Tell me,
tough.
baby. Tell me.
See, exactly. There's too many what ifs. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
tough. I'm not sure who I put in the 4th slot. I really am.
I've got the answer.
It's not OU.
Yeah, no, I'm
It's
gonna
not
give you, I'm
OU.
gonna give you the
It's
answer.
not Ohio State either.
I'm gonna give you the answer. It's a.
But I think you almost have to go. I'd say maybe Florida.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
But then again, you're back to they played once at the end of the year.
but there are
they're
2
playing
losses.
again.
That would be 2 losses.
Yes, you can't put them in. I don't know who your 4th team
And
is.
Florida got spanked. I mean, no.
Maybe it's BYU.
No, it was who did they lose to? A&M. And they did get spanked.
But A&M's still sitting there right there. What did we say?
Well,
6?
A&M though, they're not gonna.
I don't think they'll
got
get
destroyed.
in. I don't think they'll get in.
Here's
But
the
I
thing.
think it helps Florida's strength of schedule.
If Florida,
Oh, sure it
okay,
does.
so if you go in the same concept of me and you agree, Clemson is going to destroy Notre Dame.
I think it's gonna.
That pushes Notre Dame out. Alabama is going to manhandle Florida.
Yeah, I think they'll beat them down. Cincinnati earns a way in. I'm not sure what you
I'm
do.
gonna tell you.
I'm not sure. You could go A&M because they won't have had.
No, because they got spanked by Alabama. I mean, horrible. It wasn't even close.
I don't know, man. It may be like a BYU if they win out. I mean, seriously.
I got Alabama. Alabama is by far, in my opinion, I hate saying this because I am huge anti-SEC team or guys, but Alabama is by far the best team in the nation. Not even close.
No, I agree.
How many Big 12 teams did we say are getting in?
0.
I got Clemson big over Notre Dame in the championship. Clemson is my number 2 team. Cincinnati's my number 3 team. They deserve it. If you're not going to give a group of 5 team a shot at this, especially this year, then they need to do something different. 18 playoff, whatever. I've got number 4. I've got Iowa State going in there.
Really?
Now, here's my thing.
What's the record?
They're 8-2. Oklahoma 7-2. I love Oklahoma. And as you guys know, I think Iowa State has a really good shot at beating Oklahoma in the conference championship. I think they win their first Big 12 championship. But here's what they're going to do. And I promise you, Bama, Clemson, Notre Dame, OSU.
And OSU does not have the right to be in that game
Yeah.
because they played 5 games, and everybody else has played a slate of games.
Yeah,
like,
so
as most as they can.
if someone wants to tell me, John, Iowa State or OU does not belong in the college football playoff because they got 2 losses. Let's look at you, Ohio State. You got 5 games under your belt right now. You played 2-4 Nebraska. You played 0-2 Penn State. You played 1-2 Rutgers. You struggled with a pretty decent 4-1 Indiana team, and you played 2-4 Michigan State. The Big Ten conference is a dumpster fire. I'm going to tell you what. Like everybody says, the Pac-12 is a bad league. Big Ten, you're next, man. If Ohio State were to do something different, fall out, Big Ten is going to be where the Pac-12. Big Ten is going to be where the Pac-12 is.
Yeah.
Ohio State does not deserve to be in there. They have not played anybody. They're going to play Northwestern, who lost to Michigan State. Like Michigan State is horrible. So how are you going to tell me that Northwestern, a win against Northwestern is a good win?
Doesn't mean it.
So by that logic, if you're going to throw Ohio State in your top 4, OU deserves it way more. Iowa State deserves it way more. I don't think either of those teams should be in there. But my logic is, and that's why I have them number 4, is if you're going to continue to tell me Ohio State's a number 4 team, I'm going to argue Iowa State and Oklahoma, and I have the better argument. We have the better resume.
What about the Mullets? What if they win?
Who's the Mullins?
Coastal
Carolina. Yeah, put them in. Like,
Shot, right?
yeah, you play that full slate of games, and then here's the thing. You play 5 games in a season versus 10 or 11 games in a season, and you tell me how many of your guys are healthy at that point.
Right. Well,
You know,
yeah, at the end of the
Fully,
year.
100% healthy.
Right. None.
5 games,
Oh, way better.
it's a different
So
story.
you think they get in over a 2-loss Florida team just because they deserve it?
No, not because they deserve it, because I don't
Because
think
they've earned it?
I think because you got Alabama in there. If Alabama spanks Florida, then I think Alabama or Florida needs to be out. Now, you get down to double overtime, Florida, Alabama. You get Alabama wins on a pick 6 or something, crazy. I'd be the first to say, yeah, Florida, let's do it. Let's play that game again.
If you had to choose between Notre Dame and OSU for that 4th spot, I'm picking Notre Dame.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I think OSU does not even deserve to be in the
Yeah.
conversation right now.
Notre Dame is a good team.
They're out. They are.
Notre Dame's a good team. Unfortunately, they're going to play a really, really good team in
They got a
Clemson.
good running back. I
Notre
ran
Dame.
track against him. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that
right.
state. Oh.
And you beat him.
Yeah.
Didn't he stop and ask for an autograph?
Mm-hmm.
No, but you remember the state game? We watched Ezekiel Elliott play.
As a
Oh,
junior.
Did you go to that game?
He was a junior. He
Junior.
had he had over 100 yards, fumbled it going in the end zone.
I was disappointed today in the Big Ten Conference. They won. We've been mad about this the whole time. You chose not to play during Corona.
Right.
That's not our fault.
Our problem.
All the other big boy conferences decided to play. So you're a month late. Then you go in and you make the rule you have to win 5 games to play in the or 6 games
Championship.
To win the, yeah.
to go in the conference championship. Then oh no, Ohio State doesn't have it. You change the rules
To
today.
5.
And the only reason is because money, and you don't have any other teams that are remotely good.
They're the only team that's got the talent to compete at that level. But again,
All I got to say is Baker Mayfield.
right.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and I think this is the year, and you and I have said this all year, it's going to be the year that destroys the 14 playoff.
Yep. You have to bump it out.
And I was a legitimate 14 playoff, nope, don't go any further, all up to last year. And then when I started seeing this year, if Cincy gets left out, if some of those teams, Power 5 team, or group of 5 teams get left out that are undefeated,
Yeah.
or aren't even in the conversation.
Right.
You know.
Cincinnati definitely should be
Yeah.
right now.
I was upset
I
that
give
I
you
was
credit. I mean, you prophesied
I did.
early.
They hadn't
Early,
even
early.
played football.
No, you're right.
And I said Cincy.
You said they're going to go places. So kudos to you.
I could be the prophet.
You could be. You're a poet.
No, but hey, no matter what, it's going to be a fun. It's going to be a fun end. That's the nice thing with college football. It gives you something to argue about.
Oh,
Gives
yeah.
you something to fight for. Gives you something to root for. In a weird year, I'm just thankful we're playing anything. So
I'm with you.
anything.
I don't have any more to say about the top 4.
I real quick want to thank our other
Oh, yeah,
sponsors, Hometown Furniture and Green Box Photography,
Yeah.
for being a big part of our show and making it possible for us. We thank you guys for your sponsorships.
Without you, we couldn't be doing this.
No. So,
Thank you.
What were you had a comment earlier that you said you were going to say on air.
No,
Yeah,
I heard you say what you were going to say.
You were going to say something.
Let's
I
get
don't-
him on the right
No.
angle. Okay.
Hey, do you want which camera do you want? There's this one,
It's right here.
this one. Was it?
what was it about?
You want me to tell you?
I can't remember.
Do you want me to tell you? No,
I
you
can't
don't.
remember. Yeah, tell me.
Do you really want me to tell you? I don't know if I should tell you.
I'm not sure. I'm staying out of this one.
I don't want to cause any controversy. So, I think I said my piece.
I have to. I feel better.
I do too.
The targeting call is terrible. Your reviews are worse. Mark Curl sucks as a referee. And stop faking injuries.
Yeah.
I feel better.
Audra Laufer asked, she says, is Coach Laufer the son of your favorite sister? No, he's the nephew of my favorite sister. But anyways, that's all I got.
Who you going? Army, Navy.
Oh, big game. I do want to talk about this just 1 second. I know we're about out of time. Guys, if you
It's our
can't-
show, man.
It's
we
our
can
show.
take however long we want.
We'll be here 6
I've been
more
saying
hours.
this all year.
I have such an appreciation for the Army Navy game, and I know you do too.
I love watching it.
Those guys are commits to serving the military.
Yeah, that's what they do first.
Most of them are engineers, going to be doctors, lawyers. They've got a full schedule, and they do their military stuff. And then on top of that, they play football.
They go play some football.
So
They're incredible human beings.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, what they have to go through, I don't know, but what I know basically what they have to do is everything you just said. They're soldiers first, then they go and play football on top of that, which is, in my opinion, the best of America.
I agree.
Yeah, I love watching it because those guys aren't going professional.
Most people aren't.
They could. A lot of those guys could go professional, but they don't. They go serve the military. Now, I'm going to tell you, Army, Navy, I'm going to make a prediction. Army's going to be up big in this one.
I'm a Black Knights guy.
Yeah, I am too. I never root for Navy. Go Army, beat Navy. I root for Navy when they're playing someone other than Army.
I really just.
Oh, hold on! Get up here! No,
I really just.
no, I forgot about this. No, get up here. You got to.
I mean, I really just like
Hey.
Army over Navy because they got a really cool name. The Black Knight. I mean,
You may not know this, but our friend Tom Baker is a Navy veteran.
He's a midshipman.
He's a midshipman.
Or is he a seaman?
I don't know what you call it. Seaman. Okay. So let's get you in on this. I am an Army guy. You're a Navy guy. I'm pretty sure you're going to say go Navy.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. But what do you feel in your heart, Navy or Army this year?
Always Navy.
Okay.
Always
Yeah.
Navy. I mean, to the
Hello.
core.
Yeah.
To the core.
Yeah. I think if you don't even watch football, that's a game.
Oh, it's so.
watch.
That
I
is-
like watching the cadets, like in the,
Oh, yeah.
in the stands. That's just
They get after it.
They
Yeah,
have
they're crazy.
push-ups and their uniforms. I mean, those things aren't comfortable.
my favorite uniform I've seen in the whole game is Army's here. They went all black.
Oh yeah, with the
And
big
they
red
had
one.
that red. Oh,
Yeah.
that was tough.
Yeah.
They need to wear that every year.
Yeah, I love it. If you there's a documentary on I think HBO or something that covers Navy football, but it covers that game
Uh-huh.
and the crazy tricks they play on each other leading up. It's fun. I mean, there's a lot more to that game than just the game.
Right.
So.
That game is in my top 3 bucket list for college
Oh, yeah.
football games. I mean, it's just it'd be awesome to see.
What do you think? Who would you have right now as your final four?
I don't watch much, but I would have
Oklahoma.
No.
I agree with no.
No.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
This is college. All right. Hey, go Army, beat Navy.
Yeah, man. Woo pig.
Woo Pig, Boomer Sooner.
Another
Go
tough
Dogs.
loss.
Yeah. All right. I think we're out. Guys, hey, thanks for watching.
We'll see
And
you
we'll see you
Sunday.
Sunday
Sunday at 7, right?
Yes, that's right.